Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Oxygen Not Included playthrough with me, your host, Luckymarine, where we don't need this anymore. Not really. This was going to be an experiment into things stored... Did I just hear a scream? No. Into things stored in chlorine gas, but it's not really... All the chlorine vanished. Well, it did vanish. So the carbon dioxide got underneath it and pushed the chlorine up. But we'll leave all this for the hatch that's down here. You've still got quite a few bits and pieces to eat your way through. We might join these two together. Yeah, let's do that. And we're also... Are you struggling for... Yeah, struggling for oxygen. Try and get through to the cold biome so we can do something with this water. We'll probably cut into this pipe and redirect it into the ice biome. Another Wheezewort, good. And we'll find a way of... Yep, we'll find a way of cooling all this down before it inevitably... What? Why are you... What is this? I don't know what that is. Looks like the coal is producing water, but that's not a thing. Where are we? Where is my dupes? And how are we for meal ice? Good, we have 32 of them and 10 muck roots. You should be the one filled first, which you are. Good. Unrefrigerated, but it's in a sterile atmosphere, so that they'll never go off. And have we researched this yet? Not quite. I don't think we've researched it because we can't get through to get fresh water for the supercomputer. I think once they can, he'll start research again. Here we go. Well done, Boom. Oh yeah, and dig that out as well. $63 mealwood seeds. Don't think we need 63 mealwood seeds. How are we for coal? 20 tons of coal, but that's not including the extra 5 tons that we've got here. So I don't think we're going to struggle with coal. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Our research is done. Next is going to be improved ventilation, maybe. Insulated gas pipes would be nice if we're going to be transporting cooler gases around. Improved plumbing. Insulated liquid pipe. Oh, I don't know. Decontamination for the mechanized airlock? No, it just uses power for nothing really. Temp shift plate. That might be an idea. Along with a metal tile. Yeah, we'll do this. The fire pole will allow us to get around the colony just that little bit quicker. make us more efficient at doing stuff during the day. Less time moving down ladders. And the temp shift plate will help with transferring of the cold down here into the heat of this liquid. I don't know what. I want to use this. I want to use the anti-entropy thermo nullifier. But looking into it, submerged in hydrogen. Looking into it, we need to build a room. We need to fill the room with hydrogen. That hydrogen. We also need a feed to it of hydrogen. And it'll cool its surroundings. Although if we put chlorine there, that's chlorine. Thermal conductivity 0.0081. Right, what's hydrogen? Hydrogen thermal conductivity of 0.168. Right. Who's dying now? Who's fleeing from? We've got another hatch. We have another hatch. So that's the 5th hatch of the colony. This could be more than enough coal. We might give you something a little bit better to eat than that rather important copper that you've got over there. Let's get that swept. Let's get anything important out of the way. He can eat dirt, he can eat algae. Not too bothered with that, in fact. Yeah, get that swept as well. And we'll leave him with a bin full of dirt. Because everyone wants a bin full of dirt. What do we unlock? Space heater and hydrofan. Didn't we use a hydrofan? Is it a hydrofan? No, it was a thermoregulator that we used to make freezing ice blocks. No, it was polluted ice. Vomit ice. No, that was what it was. That was an interesting playthrough. Right, can we get this built? How much algae do we have? 7.9 tons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the further down we dig, I think I will dig all the way through the ice biome and continue going down. We'll find some oil. We'll be able to process oil in all the oils into plastics. I assume that's how it works. That's how it works in real life, kind of. And then we can use the plastics to snaffle our hatches and put them in a central area. How are you getting on? Yeah, it might be time to turn on the scrubber. There's a lot of carbon dioxide down there. Where's my hatch now? I think he's over here somewhere. No, he's not. He's there. Yeah, get rid of anything that is of use. And that is our research. Research into brute force refinement. Rock granulator produces sand from raw minerals. It was always an issue, people running out of sand. I don't know why though. I think on the the longest run that I did was something like 300 cycles. I got to the 300th cycle and I'd still not used any sand. But yeah, people were running out of sand all over the place because they were using it willy-nilly. I would like this done today. Do we need it? Do we really need it done today? No, I want this done. I want lots of things done. We're just sweeping up now. Why can I only see 2 of you? I have 3 duplicants. Someone in the toilet. Oh no, researching, of course. Oh, I lost thought I'd lost one. It's easy to lose them. How much copper have we got? We were starting to run out of that. 6.3 tons. We don't have a lot of it knocking about. There's still little bits and pieces here. There is going to be a point where we shift onto using iron though. There's a decent amount of iron. Gold amalgam, we're going to need that at some stage as well. Mostly because of its thermal conductivity. Looking long term. And you can't get to anything there, so let's build those. You can't dig out these, so we'll allow them access. A basalite at 8.9 degrees Celsius. What are you? Iron ore. Good. What we could do is storage compactors around here. Oh, there we go, bedtime. How are we getting on? How's our report? Yesterday. Oxygen generation of 282, removed 166, so we're looking good there. Power usage. Looking good there. Power wasted, yeah, there's quite a lot wasted actually. Removed quite a bit of stress as well. Calorie generation wasn't brilliant. However, we've got plenty of food. And it's still being produced. Let's have you just dirt. You don't do agriculture, organic. Nope. Cultivatable soil. There we go, that'll be it. Let's have you, that's a 9 as well. Let's get you filled up as quickly as we can. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our fire pole. We want fire poles right now. Let's build them out of, go on the copper. From the very top to the very bottom of the base. Yeah, I'll do. I've seen a few things, a few pictures where people have taken every other rung of the ladder out and replaced it with the fireman's pole, and the dupe kind of levitates up the ladder. It's quite amusing. Nearly done. Are you going to be able to get back up here? Alright, deconstruct that. There we go. How much copper did we use for that? Yeah. It'll be worthwhile. once it's used. I mean, their athletics is a lot better now, but from being able to get from up here to down here as quickly as they will be able to get there, it's going to save time. With only a few dupes, we might bring some more on board. We might buy some more from the printing pod, but for now, I'd like to just grow a little slowly. You can now be disabled because you're getting rid of far too much carbon dioxide. Unrefrigerated, only just flipping into sterile atmosphere every now and then. Might have to automate this. There you go. Using the fire pole. Love it. I mean, next level is using tubes to get around, but we're not there just yet. Washing your hands just after using the toilet. Good. So what I like to see, let's have a look down here. Are you not? I could do with this happening now. I could do with this happening. I could do with picking up these Wheezeworts, getting them transplanted to areas of the base where they are required. I mean, it was hard work getting through the basalite, but now they're through it. It shouldn't take too long. Rock granulator, no thank you very much. Temp shift at plate, brilliant. And let's dig that out as well. And we should uncover this anti-entropy thermonullifier. Oh, we've got oxygen down here. How have we got oxygen down here? We have tiny, tiny amounts. What's going on here? Why do we have an oxygen pocket just there? We're just producing that much of it. Yes, maybe. Maybe the further down we dig, the further down the carbon dioxide kind of sits. Where have we gone? Getting rid of stress. There's not that much stress. There is. Yeah, there is still stress. And we'll get rid of it with a little bit of with artwork if we were to put it strategically around the place. However, until then, let's just get the important stuff done. In fact, dig all that out. Where have you gone? Grab an igneous rock. Well, I do have the planter boxes on a priority 9, I think. So as soon as they are ready to be harvested. No, priority 8. So as soon as they are ready to be harvested, they usually come up and deal with it straight away, which is a fair one. No point having the harvest goes to waste. Where are you? There we go. He's on the right level now. If we can isolate him on this level, then I will. With the 20 tons worth of dirt. We've not got rid of this bottle of urine yet. No. And let's sweep at least this copper away. There is only a finite amount of it. Let's not have it eaten by a hatch. Everything else, not too bothered about. There we go. So another 2 Wheezeworts. 3 overall. There's usually about 20 to 30 apparently Wheezeworts on a map. We'll continue with that ladder. Igneous rock. Do we need igneous rock? We do have a lot of it. We have a lot of sandstone as well. Yeah, go on then. Yep, just continue the ladder all the way down. Granite. Let's cancel that and make it out of granite then. So digging through granite, we might as well use it. What is this? All of its carbon dioxide. Has it dragged a little bit of oxygen down here? Not really. Carbon dioxide is starting to be generated in here a little bit more now that we've turned our skimmer off. How much polluted stuff do we have? Yeah, decent amount. Decent amount of polluted water. What's the temperature in the rock around it? About 42 degrees. And your gems are starting to go, they kind of fluctuate. They go up, they go down. Yeah. Can we get this dug out as well? Let's uncover this thing. Let's see if we can put it to use. Also, in terms of heat, where do we want the Wheezeworts? Let's transplant them. And now there's heat generation here and there's heat generation here. So let's use. Do they use flower pots? I think it's a flower pot. Ice block. What is this? Increases decor and reduces stress. Let's go with you. We'll have a Wheezewort here. No, here. We'll have one by the battery. And we'll have one attempting to cool down the hot water that's in this pipe. If it works. Liquid pipe contents 10 kilograms of water at 45 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's a little too hot. So we're going to have you here mainly for the air temperature that's around here that's coming through this hot door. We should probably put another door here. Have a double door system. That way one door will heat up and hopefully the heat won't reach the other door. Maybe. instead of the heat and the cold battling for who gets control of the door, this one will heat and hopefully this one will cool. But we'll see how that works. So that's going to cool down the atmosphere and hopefully a little bit of the water in the pipe behind it. So mate, I don't know if that's how it works. So you do use the wart seeds. Let's dig access to the Wheezeworts. Let's have you uprooted, and you, and you. Oh, you've already got access. So won that. Won that. What is this? Ooh, crude oil. Splendid. What's the temperature down here? A little bit hot. A little bit hot. But then you'd expect that where you've got crude oil. It's quite hot at Basilite. How's the best way to get into this? Are you coming from a geyser or anything like that? No, we've got slicksters. Slicksters produce oil, if I'm not mistaken. These are the slimy creatures that consume carbon dioxide and excrete crude oil. Need to take advantage of that. Instead of turning our carbon dioxide into poopy water with our carbon skimmer, we might as well disable this. I mean, it's already disabled, but then put slicksters here. Get a few more coal generators. Produce more carbon dioxide. Have a mesh tile under them. Slicksters, then a mesh tile under them, so that any crude oil that they produce then falls in a pit underneath that we can then use for the production of other bits and pieces, other stuff and things, like plastics. I don't know. I've not messed about with the plastics. We are getting into the point where I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone. I won't say I stopped playing, but I stopped playing once I think the cold biome had been introduced. It's like, well, I've done enough for now. Why is there so much polluted water here? Probably the melting ice. Wolframite, what's that? Yeah, I stopped playing once the cold biome were introduced, so quite a while ago. So there's a lot for me to pick back up. What are you? Sleetweed. What's the difference between you and you? You're harvest ready. Fair enough. Dense metallic element in a solid state. Source of tungsten and suitable for building power systems. Melting point is quite high. Thermal conductivity. That's a lot. Right. Okay. And there's another doorway just there that we need to deal with. Is there any more? Wheezeworts? Not that I can see. Let's have you planted in there as well. Waiting delivery, waiting delivery. I thought you'd already been sorted out. Nope. Let's set you lot out of 9 then. I would like this up and running so I can see its effects. There we go. So that Wheezewort breathes in the atmosphere around it. You can already see a little bit here. The temperature is changing a tiny amount. 30 into 29? Nope. Goes up, goes down. Absorbs heat by respirating through their porous outer membranes. We could probably do some thermal tile up here as well. There's no point in... He's kind of fighting the losing battle here. And here. Did we have access to thermal tiles? We did. Insulated thermal tiles. Let's have you made out of a basalite maybe? Let's get that blocked off. And that. Make your ladders just up here. So you can finish this wall. No point having things that will control the heat if we're just going to allow the heat willy-nilly to come through the walls. And again, all this stuff might change very soon. I'm just adapting to what I'm seeing right now. Right, this looks a little bit better. It looks more green than it used to. Yeah, the deeper we'll go, the more issue we're going to have, especially here. So I think we'll have a base to our layer and a basalite thermal tiled base to our layer. To our layer? Yeah, to our layer. To our base. Layer to our base. Wow, that was difficult to get out. But you can see the area around the Wheezewort here now. Now it's starting to have an effect. Yeah, this insulated tile. And that should keep the base of our... The base of our base? The bottom of our base? You know what I mean? This bit here. Nice and cool. Because if it heats up down here, it's only going to want to come up and ruin all of this with its horrific heat. Oh, we don't need that. How much coal have we got? 20 tons. Good. So now you're all done. It's a little bit ad hoc, but it works, I suppose. Why are you at 38 degrees of basalite? Where have we dug 38 degree of basalite out of? Might have been in a storage bin somewhere, or maybe on the floor down here. Oh well. Let's dig a little bit further into this biome. It's relatively safe. Apart from if things start melting. Polluted ice. Ice, yeah. Let's use igneous rock. No, there's a lot of granite around here. Choose granite. Oh. There we go. In fact, do I want to be breaking into this polluted water? Yeah, not really. Let's cancel that. And instead, we'll throw a ladder down that way. Continue the downward descent. Diamond. Very difficult to excavate. Well, yeah, fair enough. Industrial grade high density carbon. Generic building. Generic buildable. Miscellaneous solid. Decor plus 100%. Overheat temperature plus quite a lot. So what can you build out of diamond? Wonder if you can make sculptures out of diamond. That'd be interesting to see. Right, yo. A slickster in its natural habitat, I think. I think you're having issues. Can these die? No, the slickster. Can it die? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they're struggling a bit down here. Probably quite a lot of carbon dioxide. Yeah. If it was any other biome, then a nice one, then I'd probably want them in the new exosuits. Take all that out. Let's also have a granite. Why not? Let's have a walkway there. What is this? A security door. There was a reason why I didn't want to come in from this side. What was it? Yep, the slide along just here. And what are you? Oxygen. And a hydrogen chlorine mix. So, anti-entropy thermo nullifier. Bonjour. Waiting fuel, hydrogen. Submit bioscan. What? Strong door with a sophisticated genetic lock. Well, because of the slime lung out this end, I think I'll encase this, and we'll come in to this room. I'll get access from this room, just from this side. What is it? What's this? Submit bioscan. Where are we submitting the bioscan from? And what does a bioscan entail? So I'm going to submit a bioscan. Is that you? No? Submitting again? Nope. Maybe you? Nope. Decided to go to the toilet instead. Maybe she needs to poop on it? No. Nobody wants to submit a bioscan. Carbon dioxide, what? A bottle of carbon dioxide. Where have you got the bottle of carbon dioxide from? These are from the Wheezeworts. It must have been, how much is it? 60 grams. 72 grams. 75 grams. It must be the amount of gas that was inside these, because they kind of breathe, so we must have uprooted them whilst they were taking a breath in, and any breath that was inside it got automatically turned into a bottle of whatever gas it was. Well, let's enable that harvest. I'll enable that harvest. We might as well. It's free food. And what can we find down here? Some more slicksters. I will endeavour to find a use for them. There is a use for them. They turn oil, carbon dioxide into oil, but it's a way of getting them to the places where we need them to be, which might be the problem, might be the issue. What are you all doing now? Oh, the harvest is in. Fair enough. And how are we getting on with temperature here? That temperature is fine. That temperature is fine. Has it had a knock-on effect on the fluid in the pipe behind? Not really. Liquid pipe contents 10 kilograms of water at 41 degrees. It was 41.1. Well, it is dropping. I think when it's stationary, i.e. when nobody is using the toilet, no one using the shower, when the carbon skimmer is off, the water in the pipes around the Wheezeworts slowly comes down, and then as we pump more heated water out of here, it goes back up again. 50 odd degrees, 43 degrees. Now we need a better system than this. We need to divert this pipe into the cold biome and deal with that heat, because the heat's just getting transported around the base via our network or pipes. Polluted water at 34 degrees, even that's quite warm. Although, you do want warm showers, don't you? Maybe for the good of the base, they should have cold showers. I don't know. Is there really nothing else that you can be getting on with? There is not, because I was a pleb. There we go. Doesn't look like you have access to any of that. Dig you out as well. We'll auto harvest you. Enable the auto harvest. Oh, you didn't. You did. No, you didn't need that. Well, you might as well. You're already there now. And where do you grow? You need fertilizer and you need irrigation, you need water. I don't like growing things that need water, not really, because it's elimination of water off the map, and that's terrible. What also is terrible is the fact that I've been waffling on for about 40 minutes now. That's terrible. But you can see what we're going for. In the next episode, I'm going to endeavour to figure out this. We'll get some hydrogen pumped to it. How are we going to pump hydrogen to it? Hydrogen generator. No, not hydrogen generator, because this is going to take the place of a hydrogen generator. So I think this is probably the time where we start stepping away from algae deoxidizers and instead pick up the electrolyzer. It'll produce oxygen, it'll also produce the hydrogen that we can pipe direct up. We'll need a separate room, won't we? That's why I was digging all this out. Our oxygen generation room, where we can control where the hydrogen is going to be. How much is there? Not much. Half a kilo per square. Not enough, really. Not enough to bother myself putting a pump up there. Grab a couple of electrolyzers, probably one. I should do it down here actually. Pumping cooled oxygen. Right. So we'll use the electrolyzer down here. We'll use hydrogen from the electrolyzer to power the anti-entropy thermo nullifier, which cools everything in the space around it. Think a little bit like a Wheezewort, but mega. And then we'll use that cooling to cool the oxygen that's been produced by the electrolyzer as well. And we'll use that cool oxygen into our base, probably into the lower part of our base, just as a like a thermal curtain to separate the heat down here from the colder stuff up here. Actually up here as well. But we'll also use it to cool down our water supply. Because at the moment we're pumping hot water all around the base, and everywhere where we're pumping it, the heat effects, the knock-on heat effects are going to be horrific. So, as I have never seen one of these in my life before, ever, never even tinkered with it, never even played with it, the next episode, hopefully, I will have learnt a little bit more about it, and we can put it to good use. Hopefully. Got high hopes for this. So this is our immediate next few episodes. The cooling of water, the cooling of oxygen. A few episodes after that, I want to be accessing oil, natural, because it's natural gas, not polluted water. Yeah, once against the oil, I want to start making plastics. Dig a little deeper as well. I also want to find a few more geysers. I want to open up this space, see what it is. It seems quite an extensive area, so we'll see what's there. And we'll go exploring off in other directions as well. There are lots and lots of bits and pieces that we haven't found just yet. There's a natural gas, or a few natural gas geysers that we haven't found. There's another steam geyser, whichever you like, that we haven't found that would be useful. Yeah. So I've been Luckymarine. As always, you have been amazing. Sorry about the bumbly nature of me going through this, but a lot has changed since I last played, Oxygen Not Included. So until next time, do take care.